So I would like to introduce you to tietuo520111. Now, this player is someone that, if you are a longtime viewer of my channel, you might recognize that name. I believe I have 2 videos on a player with tietuo as a name. He has 2,200 battles, which means he's had this account longer than the other ones that he's had. And the account which he had banned last time was about a year ago, which for this account would probably make a little bit more sense because it was registered August of last year. So he's had this account for nearly 6 months, and the one vehicle that he cheats the most in is the 2A4M. Now, I will once again say that I really do find it really funny that people who cheat, that if they only have 1 or 2 KDs in their vehicle, they're pretty crap at being cheaters. These guys all shoot, you'll see in a sec, they all shoot like through entire levels of terrain and whatnot, and they're shooting across the entire map, and yet you're telling me that you only have like a 3-to-1 KD in the 2A4M when you have games like this where you kill like 4, 5, 6 people. Now, granted, I didn't watch the entire replay all the way through. I generally tend to see the first part of the replay, and when they first start shooting this BMP through the entire map from one spawn to another, they're cheating, I'm going to restart the replay. So I don't actually know how many kills he gets in this game, but based on performances like this, you kind of get an idea of how nonsensical players like this are. I don't understand his logic here. He already disabled the BMP. Why would you not just go finish the BMP off? You can see him just snapping onto people through every layer, and also missing, which is the reason why these guys load like 40 rounds of ammo, because even with blatant levels of cheating, they still do crap like this, and they suck. So this is probably the reason why I see a lot of guys that are blatant cheaters, in that they shoot the terrain over and over because they don't know how to actually play the game. Now, so this guy's cheat is off by a full 10 meters because he's aiming low on like every single shot. And what's funny is I'm actually going to be researching a couple people in this match, because there's a couple sus people. Like the guy that just died to his left, died to a guy like across, like that Xiaoping guy. He died to that guy across the map. Now, I don't even think that guy was fully visible to our friend over here. So I'm going to be probably doing research on multiple people in the same replay just to see what's going on with this. And it's once again just, you know, this guy is atrocious at the game, has to shoot all of his ammo to do anything in the game, and you can see him shooting at smoke and then missing with aimbot. So this to me is probably the reason why, granted, Battle Eye is a heuristic anti-cheat, and I know Battle Eye is pretty garbage based on personal experience, because I have games that I play with Battle Eye in it and it doesn't work. And it's really is just silly to me that you have a player like this who has an accuracy rating of like, based on just the hits alone in this game, he has an accuracy rating of like 30%, and in terms of like hit shots that are actually doing damage, maybe like 20%. So this would probably explain the reason why he's not gone yet. Granted, we all know that Gaijin's anti-cheat is mostly crap, and we all know that most of their bans are manually done because Gaijin still can't figure out an anti-cheat that works, because they continue to use stuff that just doesn't work properly. Yeah, oh, look, you finally got a kill. Good job, buddy. You only wasted, oh, I don't know. How many shots was that? 13 shots before you finally got a kill? Well, look, he got another one. We had to kill him, like, you know, a kilometer away. So, yeah, the funny thing about these guys is just what's going on with this. Now, I'm going to bring up a point that I brought up in my last video, which I just literally recorded just before this, is the auction system that Gaijin is using now. I've mentioned it was extremely scummy. They're hiding the highest bids. I don't know how it's legal what they're doing. I am going to be doing a bit more research on it, because I don't know what they are using to get away with it. Because World of Tanks does a similar thing where they auction off vehicles to like the highest bidder, and essentially at this point they're selling off like a copy-paste version of different vehicles. And I find it incredibly funny that they are allowing... Yeah, this guy's entire ready rack is empty. Yep. Brother went through all of that ready rack. And wow, he went through... That's like 15 rounds, I think. You know, the guy went through all of those rounds, and now his rounds are just extremely slow. And he's just waiting for his reload, which is like 25 seconds, and he misses. So I will mention, so as far as I know, in the U.S. and EU, granted, the U.S. has terrible laws when it comes to protecting kids against gambling and stuff like that, because these companies all get away with some sort of level of gambling, CSGO included, where people can be like 12 and get crates. So I don't know what law that they are exploiting or loopholing that allows them to get away with what's going on here, because what they are doing here feels illegal. Because I know to participate in pretty much any online auction, you have to be 18 in the US and EU. When you get on eBay, you have to be 18. The only way you can be on eBay not being 18 is if you have a parent or guardian helping you along with it, which I know people do for some like trading cards, stuff like that. So to me, this kind of screams borderline illegal. I have said in my last video that I reported it to ESRB and Peggy, because if Gaijin includes auctions, more so than just the gambling stuff, then auctions would actually raise their Peggy rating up to, I believe, 16 or 17, which would exclude a lot of players from this game. Granted, I know Peggy systems aren't perfect, obviously. And he gets shot. Brother in Christ. And he dies. Neat. So that's the thing I'm getting at here. I really do think that Gaijin is allowing something to get away it's illegal. And if anyone is curious, I would actually recommend going and reporting Gaijin or War Thunder to the ESRB rating and Peggy systems for what feels like illegal auctions, because I don't believe this is legal to do. Now, like I said, I will be doing more research on this, but I really don't think what's going on here is legal. I do hope that they do not include this auction things, because right now Gaijin's using it as an excuse to support your creators and create stuff, except the things that they put in the game are like entirely AI created. Like most of their artwork is like AI created. So it's not something that I'm interested in, because I don't feel like it is. But if they're gonna just do like the stuff they do now, by all means, I'm fine with that. But if they're gonna do like, we're selling an IS-7 for $2,000 because people will auction it crazy enough, that's where it becomes kind of a stupid thing. Or my theory is what they'll try to do eventually, if this keeps up, even though Gaijin is being bombarded with negative reviews right now, is that they're going to use it to sell vehicles that they don't sell in the market anymore. So like vehicles that they removed from sale as GE vehicles, or vehicles that have been removed outright from the game. So like, for instance, the XM1 GMC, or the XM1 has been outright removed from the game. If that's the case, then they might just sell the XM1 on the auction, which would be extremely scummy, because we all know how horrible it comes to when for the stuff for Gaijin. So my theory is that they're going to do that crap, which is I'm sick of if they would do, because that would mean that Gaijin is just going to allow this level of nonsense to keep perpetuating within the game. But my hope is that Gaijin will realize that it's a problem and not do it, because people keep forgetting that there are times in this game that we as players have actually fought against crap like this. So I don't know if anyone remembers, but Gaijin wanted to do like paid FPE, so where you would instead of having like a free FPE every match, you would have to pay like a certain amount of SL to use it every match. Kind of like how World of Warships does like pay like a premium version. So I think this was, they would have a premium FP, which means you could pay for like, I think the way they were going to implement it was like you would get, instead of 2 FP, you'd get like 3 FP if you paid into it, which is like with real money, which is entirely scummy. Now granted, we fought against that and it got shut down pretty quickly because the player base said, no, we don't want this, we don't need it, it's stupid to have it. So in that case, I'm glad that we did end up doing something like that, but players really do need to let their be known here that we do not need auctions. Just like another scummy level of Battle Pass, we don't need crap like that. Battle Passes have become absolute garbage, and I'm fine with that because Battle Passes were meant to be kind of gimmicky, and that's it. If they had cool vehicles, it'd be fine, but we don't need an M26 Pershing, or M46, whatever it is, that is in the game that we already have as a copy-paste for America that is now France. So it's not necessary to even include in the game anymore. But we'll see. I'm really hoping that Gaijin just kind of gives up on it and says, oh, it's only a test. We were just seeing how it tread the water. That's fine. Look, let it be known that you made a dumb call, and that's all you should be doing about it. So I'm going to leave this here. As always, if you have a personal question you want to leave to me, please try to follow the pinned comment below. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night.